Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the Imperial Britain campaign. There's been a rather long pause between this and my previous episode, so excuse me while I take a moment here and figure out what the heck is going on. We are planning an invasion. The D-Day landings will take place. We are targeting slightly, well, focusing anyway, further north than normal, although a DEP raid will be carried out as historically, although hopefully, we'll win R1 as opposed to the historical DEP raid. And then we will perform these maneuvers to rapidly deploy to the Rhine, sever the Italian connection to West France, and liberate France. So far, Nationalist Spain is neutral. We are now playing on the 1.6.2 beta branch, so you can expect various differences. I can't remember, this was in the 1.6.1 branch, but I don't recall if I showed it to you already. There's the task force composition editor changes. Now you can only have ships of a certain class in here, so there's no longer any bug about the reinforcement from reserves, which is great. And also, it's just generally neater because you haven't got lots of extra ships in the list. We have some mods, 2 of them, but I can only remember what one of them is. Hang on. We've got one, which you might have noticed, which colors the ships, not on this screen, but on this screen. If we highlight them like this, you can see that destroyers are blue, light cruisers are green, heavy cruisers are yellow, battleships are red, carriers are purple. No, what carrier color are carriers? Carriers are dark red. Alright, what are battleships then? Battleships are orange, varying degrees of orange for battle cruisers. And battleships and subs are purple. Yeah, same kind of principle with the colored Air Force, just makes it a little bit more clear what the most distinct, more distinct stuff. The other one we've got is, yes, colored theater alerts. So these ones here are now have nice colors to make them stand out from each other, and also here that now has a color, and there are various different ones which have different colors. Awesome. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? The invasions will be planned in a mere 7 days. 30 days until Montgomery arrives. You are the backup division that will be deploying. You are the token force we're leaving behind in Normandy. Normandy going to have to fend for themselves at this stage. You are my port garrisons, and I think my port garrisons are overstacking. Yes, indeed. We have quite a few men making their way over here from lots of places, it looks like. Where were you previously deployed? What was this army? Ah, the Iranian detachment, taking the long route to avoid the Mediterranean. I wish you'd gone over land here. I think that would probably have been much faster, but no matter. So it'll take a while for these guys to arrive. Let's check how long precisely. You're going to get there in 48 days. Okay, so in about 48 days, we will launch our grand attacks. Meanwhile, we are striking at the enemy from the air, doing our best to weaken them, weaken their ships that way. We can see there are some enemy ships, enemy stuff deployed. Oh, I have also Hearts of Iron muted. My bad. It's a little bit quiet. Let me just bump that up. And over here, I think I'll turn this down instead. Sorry about this. Should have sorted this before. I thought I had it sorted. Still a bit quiet. Alright, that's good. And now, of course, we need to kill the in-game sound. Alright. Let's get to it. Nice. Maybe 1 tick louder on this. There we go. Okay. And unpaused. All the men on their way home. We've got all kinds of decisions we can make. We have no interest in propaganda. War bonds. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Where am I building forts? Ah, yes. We're preparing for the inevitable Japanese declaration on us, which is going to happen almost immediately. We have men deployed in the key ports around the region. But I don't know if it will be enough. We will just have to see. They're hopefully going to be rather tied up here. There goes Japan declaring war on the Netherlands. Netherlands not called us in yet. Oh, there we go. Free France calling us against them. So, war with Japan is joined. Gonna see what's gonna happen fleets-wise in this area. Personally, I am rather concerned. Hoping France will fall lower than... the United States is willing to join our faction right now. That's interesting. Because we were planning on going to war with them. They're going fascist and all that. But they are at war with Japan already. And we could really use their fleet. So you know what? Sure. The United States joins the Allies. Sounds good to me. We will therefore disband the American theater. Good. So if they go into a civil war, I wonder what's going to happen. Ah, right. Which suddenly puts them at war with the Mexican junta, who have a large number of German divisions on their border, interestingly enough. Huge numbers of German divisions. Alright, I'm now terrified that we might have just handed Germany a huge amount of oil in the form of everything that the US owns. They do have a lot of divisions, though. So... And yes, we will call in all our allies. And yes, non-aggression pacts with China. Seems fine. Well, good luck to US against Mexico. It would be a great shame if Texas fell under occupation by the Germans, although it would give us an opportunity to raid the bejesus out of their very, very few convoys. So they wouldn't really be able to actually import any oil anyway. So that wouldn't be too much of a problem. This is the Rome Total War soundtrack, by the way, if you're not familiar with it, which you should be. It's a great game and a great soundtrack. Alright, so Japan... I don't know what we're going to do about you. I think we just hope China can hold long enough for us to... What am I trying to say here? Long enough for us to take out Germany, of course, that's what I'm trying to say. So China and Guangxi Clique, I want military access. We're going to come and fight alongside you. If that city falls, it's probably over. So I'm going to rush these guys in an attempt to hold that line. Diesel-powered emergency pumps. Nice. What else should I be getting? Maybe more carriers? I'd love these early destroyers. Also, like, better destroyer attack. Not really using many mines. Encryption? Gunnery radar could be good. Oh, good lord. No, okay. We obviously need this because we're about to need to get 1942 infantry equipment. You give me military access. Alright, so you guys, who are not, you know, good divisions by any stretch of the imagination, but just take up. Try and get here fast enough to take up a defensive position. And perhaps we should divert some of our more insignificant port garrisons over there as well. And if France would give us some men to help with this, that would be great. Let's see if they will. No. No one else will, I have to assume. Oh, Belgium would actually give us one division to help out here. Sure, you know what? Where are you? Over here? Sure, why not? Get in there. Who else? The US. The US is prepared to give us 59 of their divisions. Come on. Okay. Interesting. They've given us control over their entire Pacific army, it looks like. Well, the ones that are currently in the Pacific, sure, come help out in China if you can make it, which honestly is anyone's guess right now. Did I also get some in China?
Ready, sir.
Where? It's a bit of a weird situation. Where are the rest of these guys? There's a bunch. Ah, okay, on the East Coast.
Listen up.
All right, hello. All you guys.
Ready to move.
Oh God, they're about to take Panama. Oh no, we're just holding Panama. Okay.
Pushing them back, sir.
Well, you guys. Hopefully, you will be pushing them back. Let's call Panama part of the home area, shall we? We can invade Caracas with these guys. Try and take. Do we have naval superiority down here? No, enemies have massive naval supremacy here. How are there so many ships here? What is going on with that? Maybe there must be Japanese ships for those numbers to be right. What is going on? Well, what I think I'm going to do is just steal all these American divisions for as long as the Americans will let me have them. These guys are all going to be part of D-Day. So you guys, in 2 armies, congratulations, you're under Montgomery. And you're on your way to Britain. Really very timely entrance into the war to give us a huge amount of manpower with which to defend ourselves here. So the convoy escorts are going to suddenly need to cover this entire region. Bit of an ask, I know, but we'll see what we can do with it. My patrol forces, there are 18 enemy ships here, but I am no longer very concerned about them. I think I will have some of these guys switch to convoy escorting. Well, just while those guys are in the middle of the Atlantic. And you guys, where are you raiding? Just here? That seems odd. Try raiding down here as well. They're not putting anything through here, right? It's contested. Only enemy submarines can pass through there. Yeah. Well, let's raid up here, just so we have full coverage on anything trying to get to Germany. From that direction, anyway. Okay. Is there anything else I want to be doing? You guys have stayed in place, yes. You. So the only American ones in here should be... Well, I mean, you have quite a trip ahead of yourself. Where are you going? What are you doing, my man? He's trying to go to Panama. Okay, you can go over here. It bothers me not if the Americans lose and us lose all of these islands, because we'll get to Japan from this side, not this side. So that shouldn't be a problem. Naval combat in the Java Sea. Yeah. Yep. That is, that's a problem. So what's going on here? Just supplying supply to these areas. Well, maybe we do ban this, which is going to give us supply problems here. And then we'll need to move some destroyers over here to try and hold this area. But if what they're raiding me with is, no, just subs at the moment. Oh, good, and we're down to one. We're down to one convoy already. With all these guys at sea. Well, I've got 15 shipyards on convoys. That's a number we can increase. Yeah, just a few less screens, I suppose. There we go. Well, we're making quite a lot of convoys now. Now, if they're just going to be raiding me with these little guys... Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. Just want you in a new task force. And then I'm going to pilfer some of my newest screen and scout craft. I don't really want miners. And then we're going to move them into this new task force. which will need to be in a new fleet. And it's going to be... Oh, we kind of need a new theatre, actually. The time has come for an Eastern theatre. And you guys, with your... How many ships have you got now? I think there were like 2 in each. It's probably about 10. Need a new commander. Good positioning. Shallow sea. Yeah. Isn't the Straits of Malacca shallow? Where's the terrain map mode? Is it this one? No, it's supply. This is terrain. Yeah, Malacca is shallow. No, it's fjords and archipelagos. Okay, so... First off, you should be screen color. And so he wouldn't be the worst pick. Or good at retreating and more screening efficiency. No. Leonard, you're our guy, I think. Yeah. Leonard's in charge. Right, so I can remove region. Right-click this button to remove all regions for this fleet. Great addition to the game. You screen this area. And you're going to be based out of Singapore. Then if I do this, they should just move to area. Yes? Yes, they're on their way. Okay. A construction permission request. They want to commit... The US wants to build some radar stations. Sure thing. The naval invasions have already reserved their convoys, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. But I ideally, we don't only want to wait for those guys from coming around the Horn of Africa. We want to wait for all these guys to arrive too. How's America doing against Mexico? Losing ground? That's not good. But I think as all their men rush to the front, they should be in good shape. Meanwhile, it looks like we are going to get to the front at least in time to do something in China. Not really any range to deploy planes, and the Japanese have huge air supremacy anyway, which I don't really want to fight because we don't have a huge number of planes ourselves. God, they're not even garrisoning the capital. Oh, no, they are. Well, that's something at least. Alright, well, we will do our best. I think me arriving on the front with my zero organization may actually have encouraged the Japanese to launch an offensive, which is unfortunate. But we'll do our best. Guanxi Clique is only just entering the front line, and they have a lot of divisions, which they've almost certainly been holding back, the greedy little AI that they are. Are we saving political power something specific? Jesus Christ. We haven't spent any political power. Good God.
Come on,
That's pretty bad. Okay, we should probably not be doing a focus. Oh, but that light hull is just so good. I think we're not going to do a focus after this one. Retreat and then go straight back in. I just need you guys to reorder a bit before you get involved in these combats, or you're not going to do any good.
Yes, sir.
So you don't have a bunch of Americans in you now, do you? No. Good. No major Japanese invasions yet, and it looks like some American screening craft helping out down here as well. Okay, that's good. Still suffering for supply here. Well, if there's American screening craft in the region, I will permit some convoys once again. Just make sure this is all on a void and the Philippines is banned. You can send that convoy around here. Damn. Communist China capitulation. It's going to really free up a lot of men in the north. Can't see how many they had now, but they will have been doing some serious guerrilla fighting in the north. Shaanxi's capitulation looks like it's not far behind. But at least we got a lot of people involved here backing us up. Including in Mexico. Not in Mexico, in Mongolia, which is weird. Front line, not looking great for the Soviets. Kiev has just fallen. The rate of German expansion is rapidly accelerating. But, you know, we do what we can. Now, strike forces. How are you doing, strike forces? I love having the little symbols, by the way, in this screen. This strike force looks to me like it should be sufficiently screened. Oh no, those are all heavy cruisers. No, it's definitely going to have too little screening. Alright. Let's split off all the heavy cruisers. Unless there's any particularly good tech ones. No, there aren't. 2 new scouts. You're heading to the east, my boy. And with now that, I think might be screened well enough. You guys are strike forcing the channel. Good. And so if the scouts find something, we at least have something to deploy against it. The screens, meanwhile, kind of need splitting in half. If we're actually going to operate in 2 regions, of course we need 2 screening forces. And we could do with, let's throw a single heavy cruiser here, this particularly experienced one. Could be thrown in to support one of our screening units. Good. Fuel, stable at least. And that's with a lot of planes deployed. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Speaking of planes, let's talk about getting some more out there, and we will be using aces in exile. Mostly Poles, because they're who we have the manpower for. Excellent. Alright, once we've done a little bit more of this, getting our Air Force deployed, I'm going to call it a part here. In the next episode, I very much suspect it will be time. We are going to launch our invasion into France, into Mexico, into the Benelux, and we will see what we can do to liberate the region from the yoke of German imperialism. Okay, let's get. We only need to go to 50. Can't tell the current number of airplanes. Right. 800 close air support is pretty damn good, and we could. Sure, some French manpower can supply it. Okay, I will see you in the next episode, by which time the brand new American divisions will enter and the war will turn. See you then. Bye-bye.